In 2025 Pickleball, upgraded. From points that refuse to die.
That's in. Big fella's got it.
To shots that ended everything in one swing. These are the top 25 pickleball plays of 2025.
ATP defended by Waters. Oh man, what an angle from George. This is awesome. It is wide.
The plays that broke rallies and stunned crowds. Let's run them back, starting with number 25. Christian Alshon versus Conor Garnett, PPA Orange County Cup. Christian Alshon switches tactics mid-point, draws Conor Garnett forward, and suddenly both players are hand-fighting at the non-valley zone. Just a full double-style exchange in a singles match. Alshon takes control by changing the geometry, not the speed. Number 24, Todd Daescu versus Waters Howells, MLP Finals. New Jersey has the edge. Waters and Howells step in, the league's most reliable closer. Instead, Todd and Daescu flip everything. Point after point, they run away with it. 11-2, forcing a DreamBreaker nobody saw coming. Number 23, Waters Johns versus Daescu, PPA Texas Open.
Nice.
Hands battles turn into resets, resets turn into speed-ups, and somehow the ball keeps coming. Dazon and Daescu are under siege, scrambling, surviving, getting pushed back in again.
That's in. Big fella's got it. And
Ben sneaks a speed up, another save, another reset. The possession finally breaks, and the streak is over. Number 22, Hunter Johnson versus Conor Garnett, PPA Orange County Cup. Game 2 starts and Hunter Johnson never gives it back. He chips, he chases, he refuses errors, and the scoreboard keeps tilting. Conor Garnett keeps fighting, even sneaking one around the post.
You can try and come in. Hunter's gonna pass you. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Hunter defends the ATP, steals it back at the net, and runs off 15 straight to close the semi-final.
Wow. Chip and chase. Oh my!
He's there.
ATP defended.
Talk about a hot streak. Number 21, Conor Garnett versus Devilliers, PPA Atlanta. Conor Garnett keeps getting pushed to the edge, game points slipping away, momentum swinging back and forth, the match refusing to settle.
Sweet.
At match point, he stays in it one more time, finds the pass, and finally breaks through. Number 20, Arman Bhatia versus Alex Crum, APP New York City Open. Game 2 just won't end. Side out after side out, neither player gives an inch.
Oh my!
They reach 25-25, still tied. Bhatia finally closes it out, and with it, his first APP gold. Number 19, Staksrud versus Alshon, PPA Texas Open. Federico Staksrud is defending deep in a singles final when the ball slips outside the post, and he takes it. An ATP in singles at full speed. The place explodes. Alshon gets the look right back, a chance to flip everything, and pushes the two-handed backhand just wide. Number 18, Waters Bright versus Hamburg Dizon, PPA Orange County Cup. Maury Hamburg takes the ball early and floats a drop that barely clears the tape, then checks up and comes back. Anna Leigh Waters lunges, nearly takes the net with her, and still comes up empty. Hamburg takes it early, Waters commits and can't recover. Number 17, Waters Johns versus Johnson Johnson, PPA Orange County Cup. The ball pops off the tape. Ben's still there, and it turns into chaos at the line. Waters defends the ATP.
The net, Ben's there, ATP defended by Waters.
And Jorah Johnson still finds that impossible perimeter, threading an angle that shouldn't exist, slipping it past Waters anyway. Number 16, Black Todd versus Waters Bright, PPA Atlanta. Tyra Black starts it with shape. Cut serve, then a cut drop that pulls Anna Bright forward and off balance.
Cut serve. Cut drop. No way!
Bright guesses. Tyra doesn't. She scoops it behind her and paints the corner. Number 15, Blacker versus Tardio Fahey, MLP Mid-Season Tournament Final. Dallas Flash was one win away, and Tyra Black was on the court to finish it.
Thanks.
Cardio and Fahey pushed it back to 10-10. Then Tyra Black took over. 2 clean putaways, no hesitation.
Okay, championship. Tyra Black closes it out, and the Dallas Dynasty continues.
Number 14, Christian Alshon versus Zane Ford, PPA Texas Open. Christian Alshon tracks it down outside the post, reloads midair, and snaps the wrist just enough to keep the ATP alive.
Oh my!
The crowd erupts as Alshon finishes the swing, all arm and wrist, no margin at all. Zane Ford gets the lesson up close, and Texas gets one of the loudest reactions of the tournament. Number 13, Johnson Klinger versus Johns Tardio, PPA Atlanta. It starts with lobs, fingers on it, back and forth, and then CJ Klinger goes for Ernie.
Lobs up. Klinger's on it. Ben brings him back up to the kitchen.
The rally turns wild. Defense flips to offense. J.W. Johnson shovels the winner down the line.
Oh, Ernie goes for broke. It's it!
CJ's already celebrating. Number 12, Columbus Sliders versus New Jersey Fives, MLP Finals. This was match 2. If New Jersey won this DreamBreaker, the title was theirs.
In this matchup, yesterday's already got a lead.
Instead, Columbus started stacking points. Daescu steady, Klinger finishing, everyone contributing. The score stretched past 14, then 15, and New Jersey couldn't close the gap.
Double bounce. Howells giving everything he has.
Columbus won it 21-15 and forced a third match for the championship. Number 11, Johns Tardio versus Daescu Frazier, PPA Texas Open. The ball comes fast. Daescu reaches late and it catches his paddle. Johns and Tardio hesitate, unsure if the ball was live, and the reply dies into the net.
Oh, it's in! No. It's in!
Did that go off his paddle?
Oh,
It went off the hand, and the hand counts. Legal point, live ball, total chaos in the semi-final. Number 10. Waters Johns versus Daescu Pisnik, PPA Atlanta. Match point, and the ball comes back to Andrei Waters on the backhand side.
Oh my.
She defends once, then goes around the post with inches to spare. No reset, no hesitation. Number 9. Bright Waters versus Rorabaka Parento, PPA Orange County Cup. Rorabaka unloads and turns away like it's over.
Rachel Rennet.
Anna Bright doesn't agree.
Oh!
She sprints, stretches, and somehow finds the ATP from nowhere. Shock, laughter, respect. That exchange flipped the momentum and the final with it. Number 8. Waters Johns versus Bright Patriquin, PPA Texas Open. A perfect lob pulls Andrei Waters deep, and for a second, it looks over.
Perfect lob, what a get. Oh, she's there.
She gets there, Hayden Patriquin drops it short, and somehow Waters still finds the ATP winner. Everyone's on their feet. That's not just the shot of the day, that's mixed doubles at its peak. Number 7. Alshon Staksrud versus Gabe Tardio, PPA Texas Open. An ATP rips through, and Alshon celebrates before the point is finished. Ben Johns isn't having it.
Oh boy.
The rally keeps going, the ball clips the tape and drops in.
Oh, counter back to the corner.
Play stops, the referee steps in, and the game moves on. Number 6. Monroe Schenk versus Yang Yu, APP New York City Open. Yang and Yu come out of the qualifiers and play like they belong, jumping ahead and putting the champions on the ropes.
Oh, neck on.
Then it flips.
Oh, Monroe.
Point after point, Monroe and Schenk rip off 9 straight and never let go. That run didn't just steal the match, it announced who was ready and who wasn't going anywhere. Number 5. Smith Tuionatoa versus Todd Black, PPA Texas Open. The point gets messy. The ball stays alive and Parris Todd needs help to finish it.
That one Todd needed help on, and it's still live. Todd buried.
Tyra Black stays with it. Todd buries the winner. 3 straight games later, it's over. First goal together, and for Tyra Black, the first one ever. Number 4. Hunter Johnson versus Staksrud, PPA Orange County Cup. A weird miss, a little tension, and then Hunter Johnson steps back like nothing happened.
Whoa, Hunter Johnson.
He tracks everything down, absorbs the pressure, and flips defense into offense without forcing a thing. That wasn't recovery, that was control. The kind that wins finals. Number 3. Gabe Tardio versus Daescu Frazier, PPA Texas Open. The point speeds up at the kitchen, and Gabe Tardio stays on the attack, pressing forward instead of backing off. The exchange tightens. Ben Johns reaches, but the ball clips the tape and drops. The point ends with no reset, just pressure to the finish. Number 2. Waters Johns versus Alshon Tuionatoa, PPA Atlanta. Christian Alshon is stretched full length. nowhere to go, no margin left.
Oh! Outrageous!
He still finds the ball. Full extension keeps the rally alive. For a second, the impossible feels possible. They don't win the match, but that was the shot everyone remembers. Number 1. Johns Tardio vs Staksrud Patriquin, PPA Orange County Cup. Game 5. Everything reset. Ben Johns steps forward first.
It all comes down to this, game 5. Already out of the game.
He steps in first, commits early, and sets the tempo right away. The rally ends, but the message doesn't. That was a tone setter, and everyone on the court felt it. That was 2025. 25 plays across the PPA, MLP, and APP. The rallies that won't end, and the split-second decisions that ended matches. If these are the moments you remember, and the ones you don't want to miss, subscribe for more breakdowns, full match moments, and season recaps, and keep watching. The next one starts right here.